In a right triangle, there is a 90-degree angle. So this means that this right here is 90 degrees. This is called a right triangle. So not all triangles are right. This triangle is not right because it does not have a 90-degree angle. This triangle is not right because it does not have a 90-degree angle. So in a right triangle, the legs are the sides that make up the 90-degree angle. We call these the short sides. The hypotenuse is the side that's opposite of the 90-degree angle. So it's this long side right here. So this side is called the hypotenuse. The Pythagorean theorem is a formula that you can use to find a missing side in a right triangle. So the formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, where a and b are the legs and c is the hypotenuse. So if you add the legs squared, you're going to get the hypotenuse squared. So on this triangle over here, this is the hypotenuse, and these are the legs. So it doesn't matter which one you label A and B. This could be B, this could be A. Here are some examples. Find the missing side length in each triangle below. Round your answer to the nearest tenth where necessary. So this is a right triangle because it has a right angle. Where the right angle meets, these are the legs. So this is A and this is B. And this side is the hypotenuse. It is the longest side and it's opposite the 90. So this side is C. So I'm going to write the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. And now I'm going to substitute 8 squared plus 6 squared equals C squared. Now I'm going to solve this. So 8 squared is 64 plus 36 equals C squared. So this is 100 equals C squared. So now to solve for C, we're going to take the square root because squaring and square root cancel out. So C equals the square root of 100, which is 10. And my units are feet. So I box this in. Okay, letter B. So it's a right triangle because it has a right angle. And I'm going to label the legs. So the legs make the 90. So A equals 15, B equals X, and C is the hypotenuse because it's the longest side. So I'm going to write the formula. The Pythagorean theorem is A squared plus B squared equals C squared. 15 squared plus X squared equals the hypotenuse squared. And now I'm going to simplify. 225 plus x squared equals 289. Because 15 squared is 225, 17 squared is 289. So to solve for x squared, you subtract 225 from each side. So x squared equals 64. So to get x squared by itself, you take the square root. So x equals 8, and my units are centimeters. Okay, then down here, It's a right triangle because we have a right angle, and these two are the legs. So I'm going to mark the legs, A equals 7, B equals X, and this side is the hypotenuse. This equals C. So I write the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now I substitute 7 squared plus X squared equals 9 squared. So now I simplify. 7 squared is 49 plus X squared. 9 squared is 81. Now I solve for X, so I subtract 49 from each side. X squared equals 32. So I'm going to take the square root of X. So when I do the square root of 32, I do not get a whole number. I get an irrational number. So on my calculator, the decimal is 5.6568. Now this is an irrational number. There's no pattern to it. So the direction said to round the nearest tenth. So the round the nearest tenth, I look at this number right here. Is 5. It makes this number go up. So the answer is approximately 5.7, and my units are inches. And then D, the legs are 8 and 11. So in a right triangle, the legs are where it makes the 90-degree angle. So we are trying to find the hypotenuse. We're trying to find what C is. So I write the formula. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. I substitute the legs. 8 squared plus 11 squared equals C squared. 8 squared is 64 plus 121 equals C squared. So 185 equals C squared. So now I'm going to take the square root. So the square root of 185 is approximately, now on my calculator I get 13.60147. It's an irrational number. This is an irrational number. I'm going to round by looking at this decimal, which tells me I need to keep this the same. So the answer is 13.6, and then it's centimeters.